Imagine a world bathed in twilight, a landscape both beautiful and terrifying. 2 million years ago, this was our home. Not a world of cities and screens, but one of raw, untamed nature. And in this world lived a creature unlike any other, a being on the verge of becoming something new. We call them Homo Habilis, the handyman, the very first of our human lineage. This is the story of one of them, a forgotten pioneer whose dream wasn't just to live, but to survive with purpose. Let's call him Kale. Kale wasn't the strongest or the fastest. In a land of saber-toothed cats and giant hyenas, he was just another potential meal. Every sunrise was a victory, every sunset a looming threat. He watched his family group huddle together in the cold nights, listening to the growls and screeches from the darkness beyond their rocky shelter. He saw the fear in their eyes, a fear he knew all too well. But within Kale, something else was stirring. It was a spark of curiosity, a flicker of defiance. While others saw rocks, Kale saw potential. He'd spend hours by the riverbed, not just searching for food, but for the right kind of stone. He'd knock them together, feeling the satisfying crack as a sharp edge was born. His hands, with their newly opposable thumbs, were not just for climbing or gathering. They were for creating. The others in his group watched him, confused. Why waste energy on chipping stones? But Kale persisted. He was crafting the world's first toolkit, a simple chopper, a crude scraper. To us, they're museum artifacts. To him, they were revolutionary. They were the key. With his new tools, the world began to change. Tough animal hides could be scraped clean. Marrow, rich in precious fats, could be accessed by cracking open bones left behind by larger predators. This wasn't just about getting more food. It was about getting smarter food, fuel for a growing brain. Kale was unlocking a new way of life, turning scavenging from a desperate act into a calculated strategy. He was proving that ingenuity could be more powerful than brute strength. His small innovations meant a better nourishment, a slightly higher chance of seeing the next dawn. But the night remained the ultimate enemy. The cold bit deep, and the predators ruled the darkness. Kale had seen fire before, of course. A lightning strike, a wildfire racing across the savannah. It was a terrifying, destructive force. Everyone fled from it. Everyone but Kale. He was mesmerized. He saw not just destruction, but also its gifts, warmth, light, and a power that even the meatiest beasts respected. An audacious dream took root in his mind. What if fire was just an enemy to be feared, but an ally to be tamed? This was a leap of imagination so vast, it's almost impossible for us to comprehend. He would watch smoldering logs after a grass fire, cautiously approaching the glowing embers. He probably got burned many times. He would have tried to carry a smoldering branch back to his shelter, a desperate race against time before the precious heat died. Imagine the scene. This lone figure, protecting a fragile ember, shielding it from the wind, feeding it dry grass and twigs with trembling hands. The first time he succeeded, the first time he brought a sustainable flame into the heart of his family's shelter, it must have been pure magic. For the first time, they controlled the night. The circle of light pushed back the suffocating darkness. The warmth seeped into their bones, a comfort they had never known. And the predators, drawn by curiosity, hesitated at the edge of the light, wary of this strange new power. Kale hadn't just made a fire. He had created a home. He had created a sanctuary. This single act transformed everything. The fire became the center of their world. Around it, they could share food, safe from the horrors of the night. The warmth allowed them to survive colder climates, to venture into new territories. Cooking food over the flames made it easier to digest, unlocking even more nutrients and killing dangerous bacteria. This was a massive evolutionary leap. The hearth became the first classroom, the first social club, the first theater. Around the crackling flames, bonds strengthened. They had more time to interact, to communicate, to think. Kale's legacy isn't written in books. It's etched into our very DNA. He was the forgotten father of technology and innovation. His simple stone tools were the ancestors of every smartphone, every skyscraper, every spaceship. His courage to tame the flame was the first step on a journey that would lead humanity to harness the power of the atom. He and his kind, the Homo Habilis, were the brave dreamers who looked at a dangerous world and didn't just see threats, but opportunities. They chose creativity over fear. So the next time you flick a switch, or use a tool, or gather with loved ones in the warmth of your home, take a moment to remember Kale. Remember that anonymous handyman from 2 million years ago. He wasn't a king or a conqueror, but his dream to survive, to protect his family, and to master his world sparked the flame of human civilization. He is the forgotten hero of our shared story, the first true architect of our future. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey back in time. If you found this story as inspiring as I do, please hit that like button and subscribe for more explorations into our incredible human past. Let me know in the comments what you think about our ancient ancestors. See you next time.